You stand watch at the edge of known space. The amber gate has been silent for a century. Your post is a lonely bubble of steel and recycled air. It drifts in the endless, quiet dark. They call this place the Verge. Beyond it lies mystery. Before it lies everything you have ever known. 100 years of nothing. 100 years of waiting for a threat that never came. Your predecessors saw action. They saw fleets clash and burn in the void. You have only seen the slow dance of distant stars. The gate itself hangs before you. It is a massive golden structure of unknown origin. It hums with a power you can barely comprehend. The hum is the only constant in your life. A soft, deep thrum that vibrates in your bones. It is the heartbeat of the abyss. You run system diagnostics for the 1,000th time. Everything is green. All systems are nominal. The ship's AI, a calm and steady voice, confirms the status. Guardian, all sectors report clear. You sip your nutrient paste. It tastes like cardboard and regret. Just another Tuesday on the long vigil. Sometimes you talk to the gate. You ask it questions you know it will not answer. Who built you? What do you protect? Are you a doorway or a wall? The silence is always its reply. The silence and the deep, unending hum. Command sends its weekly encrypted message. It is always the same. Maintain the vigil. Report any anomalies. The safety of the sectors depends on you. They call you a guardian. It sounds heroic. It sounds important. But you feel more like a janitor for the cosmos. You sweep the sensor arrays for dust. You polish the lens of the main scope. You make sure the silence remains undisturbed. Your only companion is the ship's cat, a creature of pure, stubborn fluff named Patches. He seems unimpressed by the majesty of space. He is currently asleep on your control console. His purr is a tiny counterpoint to the gate's deep hum. You have read every book in the ship's library. You have watched every movie file 3 times over. You have even tried writing poetry. It was terrible. Space is not as inspiring as the old stories claim. It is mostly just empty and very, very quiet. You trace the patterns on the gate's surface. They shift slowly over decades. Swirls of gold and deep amber. They look like a frozen storm. Sometimes you think you see shapes in the patterns. Faces of forgotten star kings, claws of ancient beasts. Or maybe you have just been out here too long. The solitude can play tricks on the mind. That is what the manual says. The manual also says to maintain a positive mental attitude. You suspect the manual was written by someone who never stood the long vigil. You stare into the void beyond the gate. The unspace, as the first guardians called it. It is a region where the laws of our reality seem to thin. A place of whispers and shadows. Your mission is simple. Make sure nothing from that place ever crosses over. A flicker on your main display. You blink, it is gone. Probably a sensor ghost. A stray particle from a solar flare a dozen light years away. They happen. But then it happens again. A ripple. A distortion in the fabric of the void. This is not a sensor ghost. Your heart begins to beat a little faster. You nudge Patches off the console. He gives you a look of profound betrayal. Sorry, buddy. Work calls. You focus the sensor array. You try to get a lock on the disturbance. It is like trying to catch smoke with your hands. The energy is there. But it is not there. Your systems classify it as impossible. The readings make no sense. They are a jumble of contradictions. High energy, yet no heat. A massive gravitational pull, yet no mass. The ship's AI speaks. Its calm voice now tinged with something new. Something that sounds like digital confusion. Guardian, the signature is unstable. It defies all known physical models. You feel a cold knot form in your stomach. For 100 years, this post has been a forgotten backwater. Now, the impossible is knocking at the door. You push the alert beacon. A single, urgent pulse back toward the core worlds. A message that says, something is here. The ripple stabilizes. It coalesces into a single point of utter blackness. A hole in the universe. It is small at first, no bigger than your fist held at arm's length. But it grows. It expands with a smooth, silent certainty. It is the kind of silence that screams. The hum of the amber gate changes. The deep, steady thrum becomes a low, guttural growl. It is a sound of warning, a sound of ancient anger. The gate knows what this is, and it does not like it. You feel like a mouse watching a hawk descend. You are a tiny, fragile thing in the face of something immense, something that does not follow the rules. The point of blackness is now the size of a cruiser. It drinks the starlight. It consumes the void. There is no radiation, no energy signature you can read. It is simply an absence. Your training kicks in. You run through protocols you have only ever practiced in simulations. You arm the defensive systems. You power up the plasma cannons. It feels like throwing pebbles at a mountain. But you have to do something. You are a guardian. This is your watch. This is your gate. The alert beacon sends a second pulse. This one is more frantic. It carries the impossible data from your sensors. It is a cry for help into the silent dark. A fleet of unknown origin arrives without warning. They emerge from the point of blackness. They do not tear through space. They simply appear. One moment, there is only the void. The next, they are there. They are vast. Each ship is a monolith of dark, polished metal. They are shaped like sharpened blades. No lights, no viewports, no markings, just perfect silent geometry. Their formation is flawless, a lattice of death that stretches across the stars. They hang in the void before the amber gate, motionless, watching, judging. The silence is more terrifying than any battle cry. Your ship's AI struggles to analyze them. Their hull composition is unknown. Energy shielding is passive. It appears to absorb energy rather than deflecting it. It hesitates. Guardian, I cannot detect any life signs. No crew, no biologicals, nothing. The ships are ghosts, tombs adrift in the night, yet they move with a clear and terrible purpose. They are a weapon pointed at the heart of your galaxy. You try to open a channel. You send the standard first contact protocols, a message of peace, a request for identification. The only reply is the crushing silence. They do not acknowledge your existence. You are beneath their notice. The fleet is a perfect mirror of the void. Cold, empty, immense. It reflects the starlight in cruel, sharp glints. You see your own small ship reflected on the hull of the nearest vessel. A tiny spark of light against an ocean of shadow. You feel a profound and primal fear. This is not a meeting of equals. This is an ant staring up at a boot. The hum of the amber gate deepens. It resonates with your fear. The golden swirls on its surface churn faster. The gate is agitated. It is preparing for a fight. For the first time, you understand. The gate is not just a structure. It is a sentinel, and it has been waiting. You report to command. Your voice is steady, but your hands tremble. Unidentified fleet has emerged from the anomaly. Hostile intent is presumed. They are not responding to hails. Command's reply is clipped, efficient, cold. Hold your position, Guardian. Do not engage. A relief fleet is being mobilized. ETA is 72 hours. 72 hours, 3 days. In the face of this silent armada, it feels like an eternity. You look at the fleet, you look at the gate, you look at your tiny ship, and you understand that you are utterly, completely alone. The visitors deliver their message without words. The lead ship, a blade larger than a city, projects an image into your mind. There is no technology involved, no screen, no hologram. The images bloom directly in your consciousness. They are stark, brutal, unforgettable. You see a world, a vibrant blue-green world, much like old Earth. Cities of elegant, crystalline spires reach for the sky. Oceans teem with life. It is a paradise. Then you see the fleet, their fleet, descending from the clouds like a judgment. The vision is not a recording. You feel it. You experience it. You feel the planet's terror, the confusion, the despair. You see the blade ships fire no weapons. They simply drift over the cities, and the cities turn to dust. The spires crumble into fine gray powder. The oceans boil away into nothingness. The very ground cracks and disintegrates. It is not destruction. It is uncreation. A world erased from existence with silent, effortless grace. You feel the psychic scream of billions of souls extinguished in a moment. The memory is a scar on your mind. The projection shifts. Another world. This one is a rugged, desert planet. Its people are hardy, warlike. They rise to meet the fleet with ships of their own. Their weapons are powerful. They fire lances of pure energy. The lances strike the dark hulls of the blade ships and are absorbed, swallowed by the passive shielding. The desert fleet is annihilated without a single return shot. The blade ships descend. The planet is turned to a smooth, glass sphere, its warrior spirit snuffed out like a candle flame. You feel their defiance, their courage, and their ultimate, crushing defeat. The final vision is the most chilling. It is a gas giant, a swirling behemoth of storms and colored clouds. There is no solid surface, no life as you know it. The fleet surrounds it. They do not uncreate it. They ignite it. The gas giant becomes a star, a short-lived, violent star that burns with furious, white-hot energy. It is a display of power beyond all measure, a demonstration of their mastery over the very fabric of the cosmos. The message is clear. We can erase your worlds. We can shatter your planets. We can turn your suns against you. There is no defense. There is no hope. Only submission or annihilation. The vision fades. You are left in the silence of your cockpit, the echo of dead worlds screaming in your head. You are ordered to hold the gate at any cost. Command's voice comes through the comm, tinny and distant. Your orders stand, Guardian. The relief fleet is en route. Do not let them through the gate. You look at the enemy armada, then at the single plasma cannon on your tiny ship. The order is insane. It is a death sentence. But it is an order. Your defiance is a quiet act, a squaring of your shoulders, a firm grip on the controls. You are a guardian. You will not break. You will not run. You will hold the line. You fire a warning shot. A bolt of superheated plasma streaks across the void. It is a gesture of defiance, a flicker of light against the overwhelming dark. The shot sails past the lead ship's bow. It is a symbolic act, a statement that this territory is protected. The enemy fleet responds, not with a weapon, but with movement. One of the smaller blade ships detaches from the formation. It moves toward you with a slow, deliberate speed. It does not rush. It does not need to. It is a predator, confident in its power. The ship is upon you in moments. It fills your view screen, a wall of impenetrable dark metal. Your ship's AI screams warnings. Proximity alert. Shield integrity at critical levels. The enemy ship is not firing. It is projecting a field, a localized distortion of space. Your ship groans under the strain. Alarms blare. Lights flicker. The hum of the amber gate rises to a roar of fury. The golden patterns on its surface blaze with light. It is trying to help you. It is trying to fight. But the enemy's power is too focused, too precise. Your small ship is crushed, not by a missile or a laser, but by the sheer pressure of warped reality. Metal shrieks and tears, consoles explode in showers of sparks. The cockpit cracks, the void beckoning just beyond the failing transparent steel. You are thrown against your restraints. The last thing you see is the indifferent black hull of the enemy ship. The last thing you hear is the defiant roar of the amber gate. Your sacrifice bought minutes, maybe seconds. But you held the line. You did not break. And as the darkness takes you, you know that you did your duty. But you are not dead. You awake to a gentle, golden light. Your ship is a wreck, a tomb of twisted metal. But you are alive. The cockpit is bathed in the warm glow of the amber gate. It saved you. It reached out with its own energy field and pulled you from the brink of destruction. It protected you. You are floating in a bubble of calm amid the wreckage. Outside, the battle you thought was your last stand has not even truly begun. The enemy ship that crushed you has already rejoined its formation. Your defiance was nothing to them. A minor nuisance, a bug to be swatted. The initial fleet was only a scouting party. Through the fractured view screen of your ruined ship, you see the point of blackness expand. It widens and widens until it swallows the stars themselves. From that gaping maw, the true swarm is revealed. Thousands, tens of thousands of blade ships pour forth. They blot out the sky. They are a tide of darkness, an eclipse of all hope. The scouting party was a test, a probe to gauge your strength. And now, the full invasion force has come to deliver the final verdict. The sheer scale of it is breathtaking. It is a force that could conquer galaxies. And it is all focused on this single point in space, on the Amber Gate. You watch in stunned silence as the armada arranges itself. It forms a perfect sphere around the gate, a cage of black steel and silent menace. Their precision is terrifying. There is no wasted movement, no chaos, just the cold, inexorable logic of conquest. They are not a fleet. They are a single entity, a hive mind of unimaginable scale and power. Your single act of defiance now seems laughably small, pathetic. You threw a rock at an ocean, and now the tsunami is here. The relief fleet from command will not matter. 72 ships against this swarm would be a drop of water on a bonfire. You understand now? Command did not know. No one could have known. No one could have imagined a threat of this magnitude. You are not just on the front line. You are the only line, and you are broken. Adrift in a dead ship, a spectator to the end of everything. A sudden thought strikes you. A question that cuts through the fear. Why? Why bring such overwhelming force for a single star system? Why this much power for one gate? They are not here just to conquer. They are here for the gate itself. You learn the gate is not a doorway. A new message blooms in your mind. This one is not from the enemy. It is from the gate itself. The golden light that saved you floods your consciousness. It brings not images of destruction, but of knowledge, of history, of a truth kept hidden for millennia. The Amber Gate is not a door to be opened. It is a lock, a seal on a cage. And the thing it holds prisoner is a terror from the before times, an ancient evil that devoured stars and turned realities to ash. The gate is the only thing that keeps it contained. The gate shows you a vision of the past, of the builders, a race of beings made of pure light and sound. You see them in a desperate war against the prisoner, a creature of chaos and unending hunger. It cannot be killed. It can only be contained. The builders sacrificed their entire civilization to construct the lock. They forged the Amber Gate from the heart of a dying star. They wove the laws of physics into a knot that could not be untied. And they sealed the ancient terror within the unspace beyond. Their last act was to set the Guardians, a lineage of protectors to watch over the lock, to ensure it was never, ever opened. You are the latest in a long line of those Guardians. Your long vigil was not about watching for an enemy from without. It was about guarding against the prisoner from within. The 100 years of silence was not peace. It was the calm before the storm. The prisoner has been whispering through the cracks in reality, calling out to those who would listen, promising power, promising dominion. The silent, blade-driving fleet are its acolytes, its followers. They are not here to invade your galaxy. They are here to free their god. They have come to break the lock. The knowledge settles upon you like a shroud. The weight of it is immense. Your entire understanding of the universe shifts. The enemy is not the fleet before you. They are merely the key. The true enemy is the thing locked behind the gate. And if that fleet succeeds in breaking the seal, the destruction you witnessed in their psychic message will be a mercy compared to the horror that will be unleashed. The swarm is not an invasion force. It is a demolition crew. And you are standing at ground zero. Your wrecked ship, your small life, everything is suddenly reframed. You are not a soldier in a war. You are the last defense against apocalypse. Your engineers propose a desperate plan. The message from the gate did more than just reveal the truth. It unlocked something within your own mind, a latent understanding of the gate's mechanics, a gift from the builders, passed down through the Guardian lineage. You see the gate not as a solid object, but as a machine, a complex engine of cosmic forces. And you see a way to use it, a way to fight back. You open a channel to the few surviving engineering crew on the nearby repair station, a small outpost hidden in the shadow of a moon. You transmit the core of the idea to them. Their chief engineer, a woman named Ilara, responds. Her voice is a mix of awe and terror. Guardian, what you are suggesting, it's insane. You hear her technicians in the background, their voices a frantic murmur of calculations and simulations. The energy required would be astronomical. You would have to bypass every safety protocol. The plan is simple in its audacity. If the gate is a lock, it has a mechanism that can be overloaded. The idea is to turn the gate itself into a weapon, to release a fraction of its containment energy in a controlled, directed burst. It is an unthinkable strategy. The risk is catastrophic. If you miscalculate, you could weaken the lock. You could accidentally release the very terror you are trying to keep contained. But if you do nothing, the fleet will break the lock anyway. Their victory is a certainty. Your plan is a gamble, a 1 in a billion shot. But it is a shot. Ilara's voice comes back, firmer this time. We can do it. We can rig the energy conduits. But you will have to activate the sequence manually. From your ship, we will need to get you a new one first. The plan has another, more dangerous component. To make the weapon work, you need a target lock, a focal point. You cannot just blast the energy into the void. It needs to be precise. You have to fly into the heart of the enemy armada. You must become the tip of the spear, the bait for the trap. You will carry a device, a resonance key, that will attune the gate's energy burst to the specific frequency of the enemy fleet. It is a suicide mission, but it is the only way. The engineers agree. Their frantic work is the sound of hope kindled in the deepest darkness. A desperate, crazy hope. A council is divided. You transmit the plan to command, to the Sector Admiralty Board. Their response is swift and unequivocal. Negative, Guardian. Your proposal is denied. It is too reckless. The risk of releasing the prisoner is unacceptable. They do not have the knowledge the gate gave you. They do not understand the true nature of the threat. To them, the gate is a precious artifact, a sacred object, not a weapon to be used. They see your plan as a desecration, a madness born of desperation. Admiral Kincaid, the head of the council, addresses you directly. His voice is cold iron. Your duty is to protect the gate, not to tamper with it. The relief fleet will handle the invaders. Your orders are to stand down. He does not understand that the relief fleet is a token gesture. He cannot comprehend the scale of the swarm. He is a man of tactics and fleet formations. He cannot grasp a war fought with the laws of reality itself. You plead your case. You try to explain the visions, the truth of the lock and the prisoner. They dismiss it as battlefield psychosis, the strain of the long vigil finally breaking your mind. You must choose between orders and survival. To obey command is to watch the galaxy fall. It is to fail in your ultimate duty as a guardian, a duty that transcends any military hierarchy. To disobey is mutiny. It is to become a traitor, to take the fate of trillions into your own hands. Alara's voice cuts through your turmoil. Guardian, we are ready. The replacement ship is prepped. The resonance key is built. We believe in the plan. We believe in you. Her trust is a heavy weight, heavier than any admiral's command. You look at the silent swarm. You feel the deep, angry hum of the gate. You think of the world's turned to dust. The choice is not a choice at all. It is an inevitability. You were born for this moment, this decision. Admiral, you say, your voice calm and clear. I acknowledge your orders. You cut the channel. You will not obey. You will not stand down. You will save them all, whether they want you to or not. Your new ship, a small, fast scout vessel, detaches from the hidden repair station. It is a silver dart in the overwhelming night. Your path is set. You turn to forbidden human ingenuity. The gate's energy is immense, but it is also alien. The builder's technology is beyond your full comprehension. To control it, to shape the energy blast, you need an interface, something that can translate your commands into the language of the gate. The answer lies in the past, in the forgotten physics of old Earth. Before the Great Expansion, before the unification of star systems. Humanity was once a fractured, warring species. But their science, in some areas, was dangerously advanced. They experimented with concepts that were later outlawed. Too unstable, too unpredictable. Your new ship is equipped with a ghost drive, an experimental engine based on this forbidden tech. It does not travel through space, it folds it. It creates a temporary, localized wormhole, allowing for instantaneous jumps. The technology was abandoned because it caused ripples in causality. It was a chaotic, unpredictable way to travel. But for this mission, its chaotic nature is an advantage. The enemy fleet, with its cold, rigid logic, will not be able to predict your movements. You are reintroducing chaos into their perfect ordered world. You study the old schematics. The physics is more art than science. It relies on intuition, on feeling the flow of cosmic strings. It is a stark contrast to the clean, sterile technology of your time. It feels primal, dangerous, powerful. Your ship's AI is apprehensive. Guardian, interfacing this drive with the gate's energy matrix is theoretically possible. But the feedback loop could be catastrophic. You smile, a grim, tired smile. Everything about this plan is catastrophic, old friend. Let's add one more thing to the list. It is a fitting joke for the end of the world. Using forbidden human cleverness to wield an alien god machine. You prepare the ship. You sync your consciousness with the ghost drive. You feel the strange, unsettling hum of its core. It feels like a living thing, a restless, caged animal. You have to tame it. You have to make it an extension of your will. This is the essence of the old tech. A partnership between mind and machine. Not the cold servitude of modern AI. You feel a surge of connection to your ancestors. The reckless, brilliant, foolish humans who dared to play with the fabric of reality. Their spirit is with you now. Their ingenuity is your last and only hope. You share a final moment with your fellow guardians, not the admirals in their distant command centers, but the real guardians, the engineers on the repair station, the ones who built your ship and your hope. You open a channel to Alara. Her face appears on your screen. Her expression is a mixture of fear and fierce determination. Behind her, you see her crew. They are all watching you. Their faces are pale, but their eyes are steady. They are with you. It's all in your hands now, Alara says. Her voice is soft. The resonance key is active. Once you are in position, we will begin the energy transfer to the gate. You nod. There is nothing more to say. No grand speeches, no final goodbyes. The silence between you is filled with a shared understanding, a bond forged in the face of annihilation. Their trust is your greatest burden and your greatest strength. You see one of the younger engineers give you a thumbs up, a small, human gesture that means everything. You are not alone. Patches, your fluffy companion, has been transferred to your new ship. He is curled up on a console, purring loudly, as if he is completely unaware of the impending doom. You scratch him behind the ears. His simple, uncomplicated presence is a comfort, a reminder of the small, good things in the universe, the things worth fighting for. Stay safe, you little furball, you whisper. We've got a galaxy to save. His purr seems to get louder in response. Perhaps he understands more than you think. Or perhaps he just knows that you need a friend right now. You take a deep breath. The calm before the storm. The silence between worlds. You look at the swarm, at the countless black ships waiting to tear reality apart. You feel no fear, only a cold, clear purpose. You are a guardian. You are the tip of the spear. You are the last, best hope of a galaxy that does not even know it is doomed. You close your eyes for a moment. You picture the green and blue worlds, the bustling cities, the quiet forests, everything you are fighting for. Then you open your eyes, and you engage the ghost drive. The universe outside your cockpit twists into a kaleidoscope of impossible colors. Your final, desperate gambit has begun. You begin the sequence, feeding energy into the gate. You are not in your ship anymore. Your consciousness is linked with the ghost drive, and through it, with the gate itself. You feel the immense, sleeping power of the ancient machine stir. It is like waking a giant from a slumber of ages. Alara and her team on the station are funneling all their power into the conduits, diverting the entire station's energy into the gate's core. It is a massive surge of power. But it is like using a bucket to fill an ocean. The gate demands more. The structure begins to resonate with immense power. The golden swirls on its surface become a raging storm of light. The deep hum transforms into a thundering chorus of creation and destruction. The gate is drinking energy from the very fabric of space around it. It pulls on the background radiation of the universe. It sips from the gravity wells of nearby stars. It is a hungry god, awakening to its purpose. You feel the power coursing through you. It is terrifying. It is exhilarating. You are a conduit for a force that could unmake suns. The enemy fleet detects the power surge. Their perfect formation ripples with alarm. They did not expect this. They saw the gate as a lock to be broken, not as a weapon to be aimed. Several squadrons of blade ships break off from the main swarm. They speed towards the repair station. They intend to cut off the source of the energy. But they are too late. The gate is already awake. It has already gathered the power it needs. Elara's voice comes over the comm, strained but triumphant. That's all we can give you, Guardian. The rest is up to the gate. You're at the center of the storm, the nexus of power. You must shape it, control it, or it will consume you. You use the ghost drive as your focus. The forbidden human tech is the key that allows your mind to interface with the alien machine. You feel the gate's consciousness merge with your own. You feel its ancient anger, its eternal patience, its grim determination. You are no longer just a pilot. You are part of the Amber Giant. And together, you will pass judgment on the swarm that dares to threaten your charge. The feeling is beyond any human emotion. It is a sense of cosmic rightness, of a duty finally fulfilled. You must fly into the heart of the enemy armada. The replacement ship, with your physical body, and one very confused cat, is the vessel for your will. Guided by your merged consciousness, it streaks toward the enemy swarm. The ghost drive engages. Space folds. The ship jumps. One moment you are near the gate. The next, you are surrounded by the black hulls of the enemy ships. They are everywhere, a forest of dark blades. Their passive shields shimmer as they absorb the energy of your arrival. They did not see you coming. The chaotic nature of your drive makes you a ghost in their perfect, ordered system. Your small ship carries the key to the trap. The resonance key on your ship begins to pulse. It sends out a specific frequency, a signal that attunes the gate's impending energy wave to the unique signature of the enemy fleet. It is like tuning a radio. You are making the gate's blast invisible and harmless to everything else in the galaxy. But for the blade ships, it will be a wave of pure annihilation. The enemy recognizes the danger. The ships around you begin to move, to converge on your position. They are trying to crush you before the trap can be sprung. You dance between them. The ghost drive is your partner. You jump, you dodge. You weave through a deadly maze of giant warships. They are too large, too slow to catch you. Their rigid formations are a disadvantage in this chaotic ballet. It is like watching mountains try to swat a fly. A very important, galaxy-saving fly. You get a strange sense of enjoyment from it. A little bit of human mischief in the face of overwhelming odds. You send a quick data burst to the enemy. A simple, ancient human message. A picture of a smiling cat. Just to let them know who they are dealing with. You reach the center of the armada. The command ship. The massive blade that projected its terrible visions into your mind. This is the spot. The perfect place to spring the trap. You are at the heart of the beast. The nexus of their hive mind. Your ship hovers there for a single, eternal second. The resonance key sings its final, perfect note. It has the lock. You send the command to the gate. A single pulse of pure intent. A single word spoken in the language of light and gravity. Now the universe holds its breath. The gate unleashes a wave of pure energy. It is not a blast, not an explosion. It is a silent, golden wave of reality itself, rewritten. It expands from the gate with impossible speed. It passes through your ship harmlessly. It is attuned to you. It washes over the nearby moon, the repair station. It leaves them untouched. But when it reaches the enemy fleet, it is a different story. The wave strikes the first blade ship, and the ship simply ceases to be. There is no fire, no debris. It is just gone, erased from existence as cleanly as a line of text deleted from a screen. The enemy fleet is caught in a trap they cannot comprehend. The wave of golden energy is not destroying them. It is reverting them. The gate's power is the power of the lock. It enforces the laws of this reality. The blade ships, born of the unspace beyond, are fundamentally incompatible with this universe. Their existence is a violation of the natural order. The gate's energy wave is simply correcting that violation. It is a cosmic immune response, and the fleet is the disease. Ship after ship vanishes. A silent, orderly apocalypse unfolds. The perfect sphere of the Armada is unmade. One vessel at a time, from the outside in, the swarm panics. For the first time, the cold, logical entity shows fear. The remaining ships break formation. They turn. They try to flee back to the point of blackness from which they came. But there is no escape. The wave is faster than their engines, faster than light itself. It is the speed of reality asserting its dominance. The black ships are consumed by the golden light. The darkness is swallowed by the dawn. The great eclipse is lifted. The stars, once blotted out by the swarm, reappear, brighter than before. The last blade ship, the massive command vessel, is caught at the edge of the expanding wave. It turns to face the light, and for a fleeting moment, you feel a final message from it. Not of anger, but of surprise, of a perfect logical plan encountering a variable it could never have predicted. Human defiance. The wave of energy subsides. The void is empty again. The swarm is gone. The point of blackness from which they emerged has collapsed. The threat is over. A profound silence descends. The only sound is the soft, steady hum of the amber gate. It has returned to its normal state. Its golden surface is calm, peaceful. You have done it. You have won. The desperate, insane plan worked. You have saved the galaxy. You take a shaky breath. You feel the exhaustion hit you like a physical blow. You disconnect from the ghost drive. You are back in your own body, in the cockpit of your small scout ship. Patches jumps onto your lap and starts purring, a victory purr. You have won the battle but awakened the prisoner. The golden light from the gate is gone, but the deep, resonant hum remains. And it has changed. It is deeper now, stronger. And there is something else within it, a new note in the ancient song, a discordant thread of immense, patient hunger. The gate's energy blast, the one that saved the galaxy, was a double-edged sword. It was a massive expenditure of the lock's power. It weakened the seal. It did not break it. But it created a crack, a tiny fissure in the ancient prison. And through that crack, you can feel the prisoner, the ancient terror. It is aware, it is awake, and it is watching you. The gate sends you one final message, not of history this time, but of warning. A single clear image, a hairline fracture across the golden surface of the gate, a crack from which a sliver of profound darkness emanates. The prisoner cannot escape. Not yet. But its influence can now bleed through. It can whisper into the minds of the greedy and the desperate. It can sow chaos and discord across the stars. It can gather new acolytes. It can plan a new escape. Your victory was not an end. It was a beginning. Your new age as a guardian has just begun. Your vigil is no longer a quiet, lonely watch. It is an active, ongoing struggle. You are no longer just a janitor of the cosmos. You are a warden, a sentinel standing against an ancient and unimaginable evil. Command will not understand. They will see the victory. They will praise your unorthodox methods, even as they court-martial you for disobeying orders. They will try to reclaim the gate, to study it, to control it. They will not understand that the gate is not a prize to be won. It is a duty to be shouldered. You look at the crack in the vision, the sliver of darkness. You know that this is your life now. You will stand against that darkness. You will be the shield that guards the realms of men. You will fight the whispers. You will hunt the acolytes. You will spend the rest of your days ensuring that the lock remains sealed. It is a heavy burden, but you will not bear it alone. You have Alara and her engineers. You have the forbidden knowledge of old Earth. And you have a very fluffy cat. The long vigil is over. A new, more dangerous vigil has begun. And you are ready. You are a guardian, and your watch has only just started.